said, because not only one minister, but now their deputy chief minister Manish Sisodia, or the former deputy minister I should say, is behind bars. So what's new? And what exactly and on what pretext did the CBI court give or extended 2 more days custody to the former deputy chief minister of Delhi and the number 2 of the Aam Aadmi Party, Manish Sisodia? That's the topic on This Is Exclusive. We are going to be back, but first this special report view. Right. Absolutely. So in this report, and as I said, I have Charu Pragya of the BJP and Reena Gupta of the Aam Aadmi Party. Both of you are here. But what has happened is that the Aam Aadmi Party is not only shouting but is alleging now that what all is happening, whether it was earlier against their minister who's behind bars for more than 8 months, or now against their former deputy chief minister Manish Sisodia, is only happening on the behest of the BJP, Charu Pragya. Only on your behest. They say now no corruption. They say nothing wrong. They are saying that you are scared, and their chief minister is going to Karnataka and saying that the BJP talks about corruption. Look here, a sitting BJP MLA, while there is a BJP government in Karnataka, 8 crores in cash found and gone absconding. And gone absconding. So they are saying, if this is the reality, then how are you alleging them? Charu.
Aishwarya, good evening. And let's not connect these two stories. Let's begin by understanding what Aam Aadmi Party is doing. Remand has been extended for a reason. Neither the court nor the officers of the CBI.
Arvind Kejriwal today,
I'm coming to that. But this is the same Arvind Kejriwal.
And connected these two issues.
Yes.
Carry on. Yes, Charu, carry on.
And so Aishwarya, this is the same Arvind Kejriwal. This is the same Arvind Kejriwal who can connect sharab to school. This is the same, Reena, it was my turn to speak. Aishwarya, I'm not in a place with some great connectivity. Let me finish having my say and I will tell you.
No one else is speaking, Charu. I think there is some connection problem with you.
Yes, there is a connection problem.
I request my IT team to connect back with you. Reena hasn't spoken a word. Connect back with Charu. I'm going to Reena. Reena, are you seriously saying that CBI court is sending Manish Sisodia or extending his custody for 2 days, and you are still saying nothing wrong? No corruption, Reena Gupta?
Aishwarya, since the last 1 year, the CBI has been examining Mr. Manish Sisodia. They have raided his house. They have raided his village.
Now it's the court, Reena.
They have. Can I complete? Please do not interrupt me, Aishwarya. I've come on your program after a long time.
Please complete, do not. But now it's the court. Please carry on. Thank you, Reena.
I have looked at the chart sheet. CBI has not been able to prove anything because there is nothing to prove. There is no scam. All this is happening because Mr. Modi is scared of the growing popularity of Mr. Arvind Kejriwal. Mr. Modi is scared of the growing popularity of Aam Aadmi Party. And Mr. Modi wants the nation not to discuss the Adani scam. What better way? You put the most popular education minister of the country behind bars. You take all the attention away from the Adani scam. All the attention away from the fact how many thousands of crores of electoral bonds has Mr. Adani given to Mr. Modi. When Mr. Modi was elected, he said, na khaunga, na khane dunga. Uske baad kya hua? Aaj Karnataka mein range haathon 8 crore cash mein pakde gaye hain. Also, what is happening, Aishwarya, is that Mr. Manish Sisodia is being harassed because he was being pressured to join Bharatiya Janata Party.
Reena, you are correctly quoting the Prime Minister when you say that the Prime Minister said, Reena Gupta, na khaunga, na khane dunga. But you cannot forget But you cannot, Reena Gupta, I allowed you your 90 seconds. Please now listen to my counter question. You can't forget the claims of the same leaders of the Aam Aadmi Party who said that forget about registering of a case. Forget about the minute any allegation is done, we will step down. So I am not going claim versus claim. I am saying, are you saying that what the court, because prima facie, the court must have found some matter, some strength in the claims of the CBI, that they have now not even given the remand, extended the remand by 2 days. Reena Gupta, answer that. I am not talking about police. I am not talking about CBI. I am talking about court.
Nothing has been found. Nothing has been found. What is happening is we are being harassed and the process becomes the punishment. I can say on your TV channel tonight.
Charu, why are you harassing?
Mr. Manish Sisodia
Charu, why are you harassing them?
Come out. He will be released.
Aishwarya, now that my connection is back, let me answer this. So you began by saying what is the connection? Let me tell you, Aishwarya. This is the same Arvind Kejriwal who can find a connection between a school and Sharab. He's the same person who finds a connection between Washington Post and Sharab. He is the same person who finds a connection between any other chunav happening in any other part of the country and Sharab, and there is no logic whatsoever behind this. And look at the way Aam Aadmi Party is protesting. I will show you visuals from Delhi today where deliberately protests are happening by stopping an ambulance from reaching hospital. How shameful is that? How shameful is that?
And then
please.
Give her Charu's audio. Okay, Reena.
And can I finish? Can I finish, please, Aishwarya?
Okay. Yeah, please finish.
Moving forward, school children are being forced to write letters to Chacha Manish. Forced to write letters, and you can go to any school or speak to any parents and they will vouch for it. Children are being told without a conclusive investigation that this person is found to be not guilty. Please tell me. No, this is important. Yes, this is important. The core issue is, first of all, Aishwarya, the question
writing letters, what is you thinking, Reena? Reena, I'll let you. There is no one else. I only have one versus one. Please understand. Because I want complete clarity. Reena Gupta, I'm coming. Charu, hold on. Charu, Reena, please hold on. Reena ji, please. Charu, please. You are both senior leaders. Please understand. Thank you very much. Charu, my first question to you. They are saying that it's political vendetta. They are saying you are scared of Arvind Kejriwal. And this is not something they are saying for the first time. They said it prior to Gujarat and Himachal elections. My counter question to Reena on that will be, Reena, what were you able to do in Gujarat? What were you able to do in Himachal? Nothing, but your claim was same. No, they said, no, Punjab, they defeated you. Punjab, they defeated Congress. Punjab, they were victorious.
It doesn't matter how
my
they
claim
perform.
is,
bottom line is,
are you harassing
the
Manish?
Same rhetoric.
The Aam Aadmi Party is saying you are harassing Manish because you are scared, the BJP is scared of Arvind Kejriwal. That's their claim. And only defense. You ask them anything. Their counter is this, Charu, so answer the question. Are you harassing them because you're scared of Arvind Kejriwal, Charu?
In my dear country, we have elections every 6 months. Every time elections are around the corner, because every time elections are around the corner, you cannot connect it to any investigation that's going on. Number one. Number two, the court is not satisfied with the questions that needed answers. The CBI has said Manish Sisodia has been evasive. Manish Sisodia has tampered with evidence, not just tampered, destroyed evidence to the tune of 1.38 crore. Itna to inhone evidence destroy kar diya hai. He is going to continue harassing all the witnesses, all the approvers, if he is out, and that's exactly why he's in custody right now. It is a simple open and shut issue. Now today Reena Gupta can talk about 5,000 things, but she will not talk about the fact that why were profit margins raised for private players while the profit margin for the government has steadily been declining. She will not answer why cartelization happened. She will not answer why the sale of liquor will go up, but there is a 37% loss to the exchequer.
Reena Gupta, will you not answer?
Reena
Gupta, will you not answer?
So don't talk
Reena Gupta, will you not answer to that?
Give us answers to these questions.
Reena is answering. Reena.
First of all,
and you are not the investigative agency, Reena. To say that this investigation is over.
Charu, now let her answer. Charu, now let her answer.
I'm letting you speak.
Charu, let her answer.
First of all, you cannot prove a scam just
Reena.
because a spokesperson of Bharatiya Janata Party is saying that the scam has happened. That's point number one. Point number two, they have been trying to force Mr. Manish Sisodia to join Bharatiya Janata Party. This is what they've done all over the country, trying to force leaders, do an Operation Lotus. They've been trying to do an Operation Lotus in the Delhi MCD. They've been unsuccessful every time they have tried to do an Operation Lotus on Aam Aadmi Party. They have been unsuccessful because nobody in Aam Aadmi Party is corrupt. Whenever
what
they
illogical argument. When I'm asking you straight questions, answer that. Which is exactly what CBI is asking you. CBI is not asking you about any other thing.
One by one, please, guys. Please, both of you are senior enough not to do this. Thank you.
See, Aishwarya, all those
Reena,
leaders,
please answer.
all those...
Reena is answering, Charu, then you counter.
All the corrupt leaders, Mukul Roy, Suvendu Adhikari, Hemanta Vishwa Sharma, all those corrupt leaders, they were harassed by CBI, ED. The moment they joined Bharatiya Janata Party, they dropped all the cases. They tried to do the same thing with Manish Sisodia. Because Manish Sisodia is not scared, he is not corrupt. He did not join Bharatiya Janata Party, and that is the reason he is being harassed today. They have been trying to harass our Parshas because they lost Delhi MCD. They are not able to digest their defeat. I want to tell Charu, this is democracy. We win some, we lose some, we move on. We live to fight another election. But you cannot go around harassing leaders
Quick counter from Charu.
Without any proof.
So I am not the one.
Quick counter from Charu. Reena Gupta, hold on.
Proof.
Yes, Charu.
It is CBI that is asking for proof. But Reena Gupta, have you answered even once why money was siphoned off? Have you answered even
there
once?
Was no money siphoned off. There was no money siphoned off. There has been no money trail. Charu, have you read the charge sheet?
Put forward
I have read 248 pages of the charge sheet.
Can I come in now, Reena? Your government put forward a cabinet note.
However, 8 crore
Reena, we cannot continue like this. Listen to this. This is your government statement, not mine.
No money found anywhere. No money trail. No.
So nobody is stacking money in their cupboards or under their bed anymore. The money was given to businessman friend, who in turn paid for your advertising in cash, who in turn paid for all your private jet travels to campaign in Goa.
Reena
So let CBI leaders all of that.
It is not going to work for the Aam Aadmi Party.
Aishwarya, can I please speak? Reena just takes off on a tirade. Can I please speak? First of all,
Reena
money
Gupta,
trade today does not mean
the people of this country. You need to understand, Reena Gupta. Charu, hold on. Give me a minute, please. Reena Gupta, you are saying there was no scam. You are saying money were given to friends. So are you saying that the court was not able to understand this, Reena Gupta? Are you saying that the court has remanded your former Deputy Chief Minister for now 5 days prior and 2 days more, just like that? Just because there was a friendly transaction between friends? No, Reena Gupta. Prima facie, there must have been something which was so completely wrong. Something which Charu Pragya, the BJP have suggested, indicated several times. You have denied. Yes, you have denied. You are still saying no wrong, nothing wrong has happened. But please tell me, Reena Gupta, the people of this country would want to know that then why will the court send Manish Sisodia, one of the senior most leaders in your party, and again extend his remand for 2 days? Just like that? Just for fun? Is that what you are saying, Reena Gupta?
Aishwarya, you look at all the leaders that they've arrested. You look at the conviction rate. It is less than 1%. Because these are all fabricated charges. But what happens is you have tainted the image of the minister.
No. Reena, you cannot assume yourself to be bigger than the investigative agencies.
Manish Sisodia
and just because you're caught in a web of your own corruption, deceit and lies, You cannot make blanket statements
Charu,
like
why
this.
are you
Now,
not
Reena refused to
answering? Why are
acknowledge
you
the
not
fact.
answering?
Charu, I am requesting
Can I-
one by
can
one.
I-
Please,
Listen to
Charu.
the MLA.
Charu and
As
Reena
soon as
both.
there's a
One by one, please.
disturbance, every time
Please
I
don't
start
overlap
speaking,
each other.
all
Thank
I
you.
can hear is Reena speaking
Contractors
over
of
me.
Karnataka
Can I
on
make my point
record
now?
saying
Can I
that
make my point now?
40%
No, I won't
We
let that
are
happen
not
as
a
well.
party which is
I
going
won't
to
let that happen
protect
as well.
any
Please hold
kind.
on.
From the contractors of Karnataka.
Can I
Okay, hold on,
on
both of you.
record saying
45
this.
seconds
Why
each.
is Charu
Please,
Pragya not
Reena
answering?
Gupta,
What
Charu
will
Pragya,
happen
please,
to
both of you
MLA
calm down.
whose house
Please, I'm requesting,
has
please,
been
both of you are
found
senior.
today?
Charu, now,
Reena, you're
please.
wasting time.
Charu, now, please.
Reena, you're wasting
Reena ji,
time.
please. Hold on, 45
So
seconds
Charu
each.
needs to
Charu,
answer for Karnataka.
45 seconds each. No
Charu
one will
needs to
speak over
answer
each other.
what will happen to
Reena
the
ji,
MLA
no one will
whose
speak
house
over each
the
other.
money has been
Charu,
found
please,
today.
thank
Cash
you,
has been found.
Charu. Reena ji.
I'm waiting.
Okay, point taken, 45 seconds each. Charu, begin. 45 seconds each. Thank you. No one will speak over each other. Boliye, Charu. Carry on.
Aishwarya, not just me, but anybody in my party is not going to stand by corruption of any kind, and I assure you of this. But more importantly, let us remember that while Reena talks about everything, she's not answering the questions that CBI is posing to Manish Sisodia. At the same time, she does not acknowledge the fact that it was a cabinet note written by her own government, which said 37% revenue loss has happened because of this excise policy. Her government's cabinet note put up in front of the cabinet. Let her answer that. And most importantly, at the end of all of this, too little, too late. No, one resignation, it is too little, too late. What are you doing? One mantri sitting in jail. The other one is now in a place where he holds nearly 50% of the portfolio of Delhi government. In spite of all of that, you sit here defending him instead of saying that he needs to resign not just from one post, but also from being an MLA. He's taking a salary. That salary
Okay,
comes from taxpayers' money.
Reena Gupta is answering to that, Charu. Charu, Reena Gupta is answering to that. Thank you, Charu. Thank you, Charu. Reena's counter, 45 seconds. Yes, Reena.
Aishwarya, from the time we have been elected in Delhi, there have been more than 150 cases against our MLAs and ministers. Most of these cases have been dropped because they were all fabricated cases. It is very clear to the whole country that the ED, the CBI, the Delhi police are all being used as caged parrots by Mr. Modi. But Charu Pragya has not answered that why is it that all of these corrupt leaders, Hemanta Vishwa Sharma, you were the ones who used to call him Pani Chor, Mukul Roy, Suvendu Adhikari, the moment they've joined Bharatiya Janata Party, all the charges have been dropped. I'm very sorry to say Manish Sisodia is not going to join Bharatiya Janata Party because Manish Sisodia is not corrupt. Secondly, in Gujarat, which is a dry state, why is it that the chief
can I give us some perspective?
does not get raided? Every month there are deaths in Gujarat because of illegal alcohol. Every month there are huge tragedies in Gujarat.
Reena.
Who all are involved? How much of electoral bonds have been given by these people who are doing this illegal alcohol business in Gujarat?
Reena Gupta.
Why is it that we don't see any EDI raids against these ministers in Gujarat? Why is it that we only
she will talk about everything except 2,000 crores?
Reena ji. You really think, and I'm asking the people right now, not to both of you, not to the BJP leader, not to the BJP spokesperson, not to the Aam Aadmi Party leader spokesperson. I'm asking you people, do you really feel in the wildest possible dreams that Manish Sisodia can, on one hand can, and on the other hand from the BJP side, will BJP accept or ever have Manish Sisodia as their own leader, as it's being claimed by Reena ji? Reena ji, I really want to ask you, can you imagine in your wildest dreams?
Can I answer, Aishwarya?
Manish Sisodia joining the BJP. Practically answer that with that smile of yours, but please answer that. Do you in your wildest dreams even imagine this?
Aishwarya,
that the
we don't want
the people will not buy it.
More than 50% of Bharatiya Janata Party MLAs are recycled from the Congress. What are you saying, Aishwarya? Everybody who's a tainted minister or an MLA.
Charu,
can I
ending 20 seconds. Yes, Charu. Last comment, Charu, ending comment. Okay, point taken, Reena.
So, Aishwarya, you know, there was a time when Reena kept claiming, along with the other spokesperson, that Bharatiya Janata Party is reaching out to their leaders. Tab kyun nahi ek bhi naam bataya? Aaj it is so convenient to start taking names and start thinking that the Janta will fall for your scams and your lies. देखो ये बार बार ना नहीं होता है, पाप का घड़ा भर चुका है. Now the time has come for you to bow down your head and accept that we will cooperate with all investigation. We will tell the truth and we will answer the questions that not just the CBI but the people of Delhi are asking.
So the fight is on.
Charu,
The
we have
BJP
been
says we
answering
don't
all the
want Manish. The Aam Aadmi Party is
We have
saying this
been
is only being
cooperating
done
with the CBI
because
and
they are
all the
scared of
agencies.
Arvind Kejriwal. While Reena Gupta and Charu Pragya, Arvind Kejriwal in Karnataka raises the issue of bribe gate, and that BJP's MLA, from whose residence or whose close age 8 crore in cash plus has been collected by the agencies, has gone absconding. So the Aam Aadmi Party seems to be connecting that, look, who's against corruption? The BJP says don't connect. So the fight is on. It's a full-blown political fight between the BJP and the Aam Aadmi Party. Thank you so much, Reena Gupta and Charu Pragya, for joining in on This Is Exclusive. That's the time we have, viewers, on this show. We'll be back after a very short break. Thank you very much.
Has accepted the resignation of both of his top ministers accused of corruption. Satyendra Jain accused of hawala, money laundering and other such matters. Manish Sisodia accused of corruption in Liquorgate. Arvind Kejriwal beginning to distance himself from both. Politics, after all, is all about survival. And all politicians will go all out to make sure that any dirt does not stick, especially not on them. Arvind Kejriwal has massive national ambitions. So while standing by them, he is by gently asking them to resign, also ensuring very smartly that there is a distance between him and any of the charges that Jain or Sisodia face. So is all this talk about corruption within and around the Aam Aadmi Party not affecting the party's image? Does it not seriously come in the way of its planned national catapult? Can Arvind Kejriwal seek your vote around an anti-corruption agenda anymore? And if not, then what is the USP now? That is why I need to ask the very pointed questions again. Because only those pointed questions can define what the truth is.
मैं आपका पर्सनल व्यू जानना चाहता हूं। रेप के चार्ज में एक्यूज अंदर जेल, सीबीआई, बाबा राम रहीम, मनोहर लाल खट्टर का पर्सनल व्यू के क्लैरिटी आनी चाहिए खट्टर साहब।
मैं बिल्कुल क्लियर हूं, जब तक मैं मुख्यमंत्री हूं तब तक मेरा कोई पर्सनल व्यू नहीं है।
करप्शन पे तो आप क्लियर थे।
करप्शन पर भी मुख्यमंत्री का ही जो विचार है वो ये है मेरा। जिस दिन मुझे अगर चेंज करने का कोई अवसर आएगा तो मुख्यमंत्री नहीं होगा तो चेंज करने की बात आएगी, करूंगा। नहीं करने की बात हो सकता है वो भी वही हो।
फोर्थ जनरेशन आपने बोला
जी,
फोर्थ जनरेशन वो जो सन्स,
वही तो मैं कह रहा था।
आपके ग्रैंडफादर, आपके फादर, आप
जो मैं मिस कर गया 20 दिन, वो विजयंत ने पूरा कर दिया कारगिल की लड़ाई।
सर, कैप्टन विजयंत की क्या कहानी है? हमारे दर्शक ये जानना चाहेंगे, व्हाट इज हिज स्टोरी? लाइक ही वाज विद टू राजरीव सर?
ही वाज विद टू राजरीव, 2 राजपूताना राइफल्स में थे। उनकी कहानी मैंने इस किताब में लिख दी है, विजयंत एट कारगिल।
That India has changed when a gangster called Atiq Ahmed runs for cover. There is one particular phrase that Yogi Adityanath used today that has gone totally viral. Bhaglo ya bhaglo. Bhaglo, B-H-A-G, bhaglo, meaning participate in the process of development. Or bhaglo, which means run away. This is a no-nonsense approach. The law-abiding citizens of this country, fed up of the mafia, the corruption, the terrorism, the threat, and the pseudo-secular Soros approach, they have come to love the Yogi approach. Why do people who say that India must dismantle Hindutva, why do these people have a problem when you say dismantle the mafia Yogi style? They say he dismantle Hindutva, I say dismantle the mafia. They say dismantle Hindutva, I say dismantle their secular gangsters. They say dismantle Hindutva, I say dismantle the weak negativity and corruption that people like Atiq Ahmed and gangster politicians have come to represent. Doesn't Atiq Ahmed, Mukhtar
माशरुकुद्दीन के घर पर अब बड़ी कार्रवाई हो रही है। हिस्ट्री शीटर बताया जा रहा है, फिनेंसर बताया जा रहा है, इस गांव का प्रधान भी है और कहा जा रहा है कि ये जो मकान मेरे पीछे आप देख रहे हैं इसे नियमों को ताक पर रख कर बनाया गया, अब इसे गिराया जाएगा। उमेश पाल हत्याकांड में शरीक जो शूटर्स थे उनको हथियार मुहैया कराना, उनको फंडिंग करने में ये शख्स शामिल था। देखिए आलीशान 2 मंजिला ये मकान था जो माफिया ने बनाया था, जो गलत काम करके बनाया गया था, जिसकी फंडिंग गलत तरीके से हुई थी। अब उस मकान को विकास प्राधिकरण प्रयागराज विकास प्राधिकरण गिरा रहा है।
That India has changed when a gangster called Atiq Ahmed runs for cover. There is one particular phrase that Yogi Adityanath used today that has gone totally viral. Bhaglo ya bhaglo. Bhaglo, B-H-A-G, bhaglo meaning participate in the process of development. Or bhaglo, which means run away. This is a no-nonsense approach. The law-abiding citizens of this country, fed up of the mafia, the corruption, the terrorism, the threat, and the pseudo-secular Soros approach, they have come to love the Yogi approach. Why do people who say that India must dismantle Hindutva, why do these people have a problem when you say dismantle the mafia Yogi style? They say he dismantle Hindutva, I say dismantle the mafia. They say dismantle Hindutva, I say dismantle their secular gangsters. They say dismantle Hindutva, I say dismantle the weak leak, negativity and corruption that people like Atiq Ahmed and gangster politicians have come to represent. Doesn't Atiq Ahmed, Mukhtar Ansari and a whole lot of this gangster scum, the fact that Yogi gets them groveling, doesn't it make you want to rejoice? And that's why I began by saying that you know that India has changed when gangsters scum like Atiq Ahmed run for cover.
मैं आपका पर्सनल व्यू जानना चाहता हूं। रेप के चार्ज में एक्यूज अंदर जेल सीबीआई बाबा राम रहीम, मनोहर लाल खट्टर का पर्सनल व्यू के क्लैरिटी आनी चाहिए खट्टर साहब।
मैं बिल्कुल क्लियर हूं, जब तक मैं मुख्यमंत्री हूं तब तक मेरा कोई पर्सनल व्यू नहीं है।
करप्शन पे तो आप क्लियर थे।
करप्शन पर भी मुख्यमंत्री का ही जो विचार है वो ये है मेरा। जिस दिन मुझे अगर चेंज करने का कोई अवसर आएगा तो मुख्यमंत्री नहीं होगा तो चेंज करने की बात आएगी, करूंगा, नहीं करने की बात हो सकता है वो भी वही हो।
फोर्थ जनरेशन आपने बोला
जी,
4th जनरेशन वो जो सन्स,
वही तो मैं कह रहा था।
आपके ग्रैंडफादर, आपके फादर, आप
जो मैं मिस कर गया 20 दिन, वो विजयंत ने पूरा कर दिया कारगिल की लड़ाई।
सर कैप्टन विजयंत की क्या कहानी है, हमारे दर्शक ये जानना चाहेंगे। व्हाट इज हिज स्टोरी? लाइक ही वाज विद 2 राजपूत सर,
ही वाज विद 2 राजपूत, 2 राजपूताना राइफल्स में थे। उनकी कहानी मैंने इस किताब में लिख दी है, विजयंत एट कारगिल।
That India has changed when a gangster called Atiq Ahmed runs for cover. There is one particular phrase that Yogi Adityanath used today that has gone totally viral. Bhaglo ya bhaglo. Bhaglo, B-H-A-G, bhaglo meaning participate in the process of development. Or bhaglo, which means run away. This is a no-nonsense approach. The law-abiding citizens of this country, fed up of the mafia, the corruption, the terrorism, the threat, and the pseudo-secular Soros approach, they have come to love the Yogi approach. Why do people who say that India must dismantle Hindutva, why do these people have a problem when you say dismantle the mafia Yogi style? They say he dismantle Hindutva, I say dismantle the mafia. They say dismantle Hindutva, I say dismantle their secular gangsters. They say dismantle Hindutva, I say dismantle the weak leak, negativity and corruption that people like Atiq Ahmed and gangster politicians have come to represent. Doesn't Atiq Ahmed, Mukhtar Ansari and a whole lot of this gangster scum, the fact that Yogi gets them groveling, doesn't it make you want to rejoice? And that's why I began by saying that you know that India has changed when gangsters scum like Atiq Ahmed run for cover.
अभी राजस्थान में मसला हुआ था भिवानी वाले में, उसमें वो जो मोनू मानेसर उसके साथी श्रीकांत पंडित है, उनकी धर्मपत्नी की पिटाई हुई, क्या क्या हुआ, बहुत सारी चीजें हुई। मामले में हरियाणा पुलिस की FIR के अलावा मतलब ये वो सारी चीजें हैं।
देखिए एक इंडिविजुअल घटना को लेकर के परसेप्शन नहीं,
पर ये इतनी बड़ी बन जाती है सिचुएशन,
बड़ी है। मैं उसको इसकी घटना की निंदा करता हूँ मैं, लेकिन उसको ये कहें कि कोई लॉ एंड ऑर्डर खराब हो गया है, ऐसी स्थिति नहीं है।
पर ऐसा परसेप्शन बना दिया जाता है।
मैं कहता हूँ गलत बनाते हैं ना। आखिर तो हमने किसी दोषी को छोड़ा नहीं है।
माशरुकुद्दीन के घर पर अब बड़ी कार्रवाई हो रही है। हिस्ट्री शीटर बताया जा रहा है, फिनेंसर बताया जा रहा है, इस गांव का प्रधान भी है और कहा जा रहा है कि ये जो मकान मेरे पीछे आप देख रहे हैं, इससे नियमों को ताक पर रखकर
No relief to Manish Sisodia. Delhi court extends his CBI custody for 2 more days. Massive Aam Aadmi Party protests in the national capital over the CBI's action against Manish Sisodia. As Bribegate hits the Karnataka BJP, its MLA goes absconding after 8 crore rupee cash recovery. Vadra Congress hurls elitist insult against Prime Minister Modi, says Rahul has the standard to speak at Oxford while PM Modi only has the standard to speak on radio. For the 4th consecutive day, bulldozer action continues, Mafia Don's property razed. The man who helped to create the Russian COVID-19 vaccine Sputnik 5 found dead. Viewers, from Karnataka, after the Lokayukta there recovered an alleged bribe and cash totally amounting to 8 crore rupees from a BJP MLA's office and home, the BJP MLA in question has absconded apparently. The Congress protested all through the morning today in Bengaluru. Siddaramaiah was there. A number of their leaders were also detained as they tried to march to the Chief Minister's residence but were stalled by the police. And in the latest that we're picking up, it's getting murkier because the state-run, and by that I mean the Karnataka state-run enterprise, the Karnataka Soaps and Detergent Limited, which was being headed by the Karnataka MLA Virupaksh Madal, has also, through its union of employees, alleged that the scam ran into hundreds of crores. To tell us more about this, we are now being joined by Prajwal, who has been reporting on this since yesterday. Prajwal, the first question is, where is this BJP MLA? How is he not under arrest? And also tell us what the FIR says in this matter, because we have accessed it.
Ankit, so far when it comes to the MLA, there are no absolute, nobody knows where he is because there have already been search teams which has been formed by the Karnataka Police. The Intelligence Bureau of the state unit is also involved here. 2 teams have been formed by the Lokayukta, but so far there has been no sort of inroads which has been made by the cops here in Karnataka in terms of where Madal Virupakshappa is at present. And also if you're looking at the FIR copy now, which we have accessed, the Lokayukta in its FIR copy has clearly mentioned and directly mentioned the role of the MLA, saying that he was the one who demanded the bribe through his son Madal Prashant as well. So these are some inputs which is coming in from the Lokayukta, and now a case has already been booked against them under the Prevention of Corruption Act under Section 7A and 7B as well. And even as we are speaking about it, Madal Virupakshappa is absconding, but his battery of lawyers, their attorneys are going on approaching the court and also seeking an anticipatory bail. But considering the fact that it's a weekend tomorrow as well, he will not be getting any sort of bail. And also, if you're looking at the Prevention of Corruption Act under which Madal Virupakshappa has been booked under, it's a non-bailable case too. So all said and done, the Lokayukta has made sure that this is a watertight case and he will not escape easily. And even as we are speaking about this, 14 days judicial custody is what the court has sent off Madal Prashant too, but we get to understand now that the Lokayukta will be taking custody of the accused number 2, Madal Prashant, who is the son of the BJP MLA, and will begin their interrogation from Monday onwards too. Apart from which, the FIR has also mentioned that Shreyas Kashyap, the complainant, had applied for this tender through a legal process in the month of Jan 2023, but they did not give, he did not get the tender, and therefore they told that for the procurement index indent and also for the procurement order and the bills to be passed easily, he will have to pay a sum of 81 lakh rupees. This has been mentioned by the Lokayukta in the FIR copy under subsection of 9 as well. And therefore, Chemplex Corporation has gone on to lodge a complaint against Virupakshappa and his son as well. And therefore, Prashant was caught red-handed in this operation which was launched by Lokayukta. Now, also if you're looking at the political state of affairs in Karnataka in regards to this particular case, we had the JDS, the Aam Aadmi Party and also the Congress joining hands stating that Basuraj Bommai should resign immediately along with this tainted MLA. A state of political emergency should be declared and election should be conducted immediately in the state of Karnataka, because as the day goes by, this MLA is absconding and more such corruption allegations are coming out against the Basuraj Bommai-led government. But on the other hand, we also have the BJP party. The CM seems to be completely unfazed about this entire issue. Basuraj Bommai maintains that his government will strive to give a clean governance, a corruption-free governance, and whoever the guilty it may be from the BJP party as well, they will be punished. And he stated that the Lokayukta completely has a free hand in the state of Karnataka to function at their will, and the government will not interfere. Ankit.
Absolutely, Prajwal. Prajwal, summing it up actually, and also it's interesting to note that the MLA in question has put his lawyers at work, but like you're saying, since it's a holiday, it remains to be seen whether he can get anticipatory bail. What is known is that the Bribegate controversy is taking a huge political turn all through the morning. Prajwal, you have been tracking the protests. Aam Aadmi Party also on the spot, Arvind Kejriwal speaking about it. Let's take a look at what the different political parties have been saying about this. They're unsparing on the government.
Is it not a fact that always he was telling that our government is a corruption-free government? What is this going on in the government? No, we never supported terrorism. It is in fact, Indira Gandhi, Rajiv Gandhi died for what? Because of the terrorism.
So till
why Congress party is supporting terrorism? See, Amit Shah is also lying. He's also a great liar.
Since 2 years, not only our party, JDS and the contractors associations and a lot of public, they were telling about 40% commission. See, this is a proof. Not only this incident, wherever you go in BJP government, same thing is happening. Now we urge Bommai to resign from the Chief Minister's post.
और जैसे ही अमित शाह जी हवाई जहाज से उड़ के गए, अगले दिन उनकी पार्टी के नेता का एक बेटा 6 करोड़ रुपए के साथ पकड़ा गया। 8 करोड़ रुपए के साथ पकड़ा गया उनकी पार्टी का एक नेता। इसी जिले का अमित शाह जी की पार्टी का एक नेता का बेटा 8 करोड़ रुपए के साथ पकड़ा। अभी तक गिरफ्तार नहीं किया उसको, अभी तक उसको गिरफ्तार नहीं किया। हो सकता है अगले साल उसको पद्म भूषण का अवार्ड दे दें। बोलो, पूरे देश में कोई चोर, उचक्का, लुच्चा, लफंगा, बलात्कारी कुछ भी करके आता है अपनी पार्टी में शामिल करा लेते हैं लोग। पकड़ा उसके घर पे रेड हुई। रेड में 8 करोड़ रुपए या 6 करोड़ रुपए जो भी मिला, पकड़ा गया। वो गिरफ्तार किया मनीष सिसोदिया को। बड़ी नाइंसाफी है कि नहीं है? मनीष सिसोदिया के घर पे रेड मारी, कुछ नहीं मिला। बोले मनीष सिसोदिया 100 करोड़ खा गया, कभी कहते हैं 1000 करोड़ खा गया। अरे मनीष सिसोदिया ने 100,000 करोड़ खाए होते तो करोड़ 2 करोड़ उसके घर में मिलने चाहिए थे कि नहीं मिलने चाहिए थे? उसकी पूरी रेड में 10,000 रुपए मिले। मनीष सिसोदिया के बैंक लॉकर देखे, उसमें कुछ नहीं मिला। अभी 3 राज्यों के चुनाव हुए, नागालैंड, त्रिपुरा, मेघालय। चुनाव के नतीजे आए, 2 राज्यों में बीजेपी जीत गई, तीसरे में भी गठबंधन की उनकी सरकार बन गई। शाम को प्रधानमंत्री जी दिल्ली में अपने पार्टी हेडक्वार्टर में गए भाषण देने के लिए, विक्ट्री सेलिब्रेशन के लिए। विक्ट्री सेलिब्रेशन में भाषण दे रहे थे। उन तीनों राज्यों में नागालैंड, मेघालय, त्रिपुरा आम आदमी पार्टी नहीं लड़ी, हम चुनाव ही नहीं लड़े वहां पे। प्रधानमंत्री जी अपने भाषण में आम आदमी पार्टी का जिक्र कर रहे थे।
Viewers, in Maharashtra's Yavatmal, a scary and alarming incident has taken place and been captured on camera. A woman was driving a scooter and a pipe underground burst, causing a cave-in and a cascade in her face. Just take a look at this. She's been left injured.
This 40-second video has exposed the civic apathy. Watch how this water pipeline just burst in the middle of the road in Yavatmal of Maharashtra. A bike-borne woman has been injured due to the impact of the pipeline burst.
एकदम से हम लोग का पत्थर उड़ने लगा, उसके बाद में फिर एकदम से 3-4 फुट तक ऐसा पानी ऊपर चढ़ गया। एक लड़की भी जा रही थी तो उसमें वो भी डर गई, वो गिर गई वहाँ पे।
The pipeline burst due to high water pressure, leading to explosion and then water spillage. At a time when the district is facing severe water crisis, such water wastage has raised concern. Bureau Report, Republic TV.
Viewers, these are exciting times in India's civil aviation industry. India's airlines are going all out to become the biggest in the world. We all have heard about Air India's mega deal, the largest in aviation history, to buy 470 jets from Airbus and Boeing. But now the country's current largest and most profitable airline, Indigo, appears to be set or in talks at least to eclipse even that. Indigo may be set for a mega deal once again with the two big aircraft making behemoths. Take a look at this report by my senior executive editor Abhishek Kapoor.
Well, it's significant coming together of India's geo-economic and geo-strategic clout and getting it projected onto India's consumption story. Remember, at about 500 aircrafts, this Indigo deal is going to be anything between 150 to $200 billion or even more. And the fact that that kind of money is going to go into the European Union and American economy gives India that much leverage with these strategic powers in terms of leveraging our own interests. Remember when the Air India deal happened for 470 aircrafts at about $150 billion, how French President Emmanuel Macron came out in a press conference. There was a statement from 10 Downing Street with Rishi Sunak acknowledging the number of jobs that would be created. And then we, of course, also had American President, the White House coming out with a statement. So that gives you an idea of what this is going to mean with 500 more aircrafts to be bought by Indigo for India over the next few years, the deal for which has to happen between the airline and the respective companies, Airbus, insofar as the EU is concerned, and Boeing with the Americans. And also remember that Prime Minister mentioned that Indian civil aviation market, the manner in which it has grown, is looking at something like 2,000 aircrafts over the next decade, which means you are looking at similar orders coming in from other private airlines. That's the success story in many ways. A, of the manner in which the civil aviation sector has been handled by the government, and B, India's consumption story with all those hundreds and millions of citizens wanting to fly and the government really facilitating with all that infrastructure that has come up over the last few years. So this is going to be important. This is going to be a reflection of how India is going to grow over the next few years in terms of a society having that much of confidence that they can, need and then buy 2,000 plus aircrafts.
And viewers, we have a lot more coming up. The Vadra Congress has hurled an elitist insult at the Prime Minister. It says Rahul Gandhi's standard is to speak at Oxford, but the Prime Minister's standard is only to speak on radio. And for the fourth consecutive day in Uttar Pradesh, the bulldozer action against the mafia continues. No mercy for the mafia and no mafi for the mafia. More details coming up in just a few seconds. Stay with us.
Amity faculty have filed over 1,700 patents. Yet another reason why Amity has been conferred with the National Intellectual Property Award by Government of India for being the top Indian academic institution for patents and commercialization.
माशरुकुद्दीन के घर पर अब बड़ी कार्रवाई हो रही है। हिस्ट्री शूटर बताया जा रहा है, फिनेंसर बताया जा रहा है, इस गांव का प्रधान भी है और कहा जा रहा है कि ये जो मकान मेरे पीछे आप देख रहे हैं, इससे नियमों को ताक पर रख कर बनाया गया। अब इसे गिराया जाएगा। उमेश पाल हत्याकांड में शरीक जो शूटर्स थे, उनको हथियार मुहैया कराना, उनको फंडिंग करने में ये शख्स शामिल था। देखिए, आलीशान 2 मंजिला ये मकान था जो माफिया ने बनाया था, जो गलत काम करके बनाया गया था, जिसकी फंडिंग गलत तरीके से हुई थी। अब उस मकान को विकास प्राधिकरण, प्रयागराज विकास प्राधिकरण गिरा रहा है।
अभी राजस्थान में मसला हुआ था भिवानी वाले में, उसमें वो जो मोनू मानेसर, उसके साथी श्रीकांत पंडित है, उनकी धर्मपत्नी की पिटाई हुई, क्या क्या हुआ, बहुत सारी चीजें हुई। मामले में हरियाणा पुलिस की FIR के अलावा मतलब ये वो सारी चीजें हैं।
देखिए, एक इंडिविजुअल घटना को लेकर के परसेप्शन नहीं,
पर ये इतनी बड़ी बन जाती है सिचुएशन,
घटना बड़ी है। मैं उसको, इसकी घटना की निंदा करता हूँ मैं, लेकिन उसको ये कहें कि कोई लॉ एंड ऑर्डर खराब हो गया है, ऐसी स्थिति नहीं है।
पर ऐसा परसेप्शन बना दिया जाता है।
मैं कहता हूँ गलत बनाते हैं ना। आखिर तो हमने किसी दोषी को छोड़ा नहीं है।
4 जनरेशन आपने बोला जी, 4 जनरेशन वो जो सन्स, वही तो मैं कह रहा था। आपके ग्रैंडफादर, आपके फादर, आप जो मैं मिस कर गया 20 दिन, वो विजयंत ने पूरा कर दिया कारगिल की लड़ाई। सर, कैप्टन विजयंत की क्या कहानी है, हमारे दर्शक ये जानना चाहेंगे। व्हाट इज हिज स्टोरी? लाइक ही वाज विद 2 राजपूत सर, ही वाज विद 2 राजपूत, 2 राजपूताना राइफल्स में थे। उनकी कहानी मैंने इस किताब में लिख दी है, विजयंत एट कारगिल। सर, पहली लड़ाई कौन सी देखी आपने?
मैं 1962 में कमीशन हो गया।
यू कमीशन आफ्टर द वॉर सर?
यस, लेकिन 65 में था। मेरा 65 का रोल तो बहुत जबरदस्त था। चीन के साथ मुठभेड़ हुआ था। एज ए मिलिट्री हिस्टोरियन, समहाउ जो हमारा एक्शन है 1965 का, नाथुला, जेलपला, सेबुला, वो हिस्ट्री में अपीयर ही नहीं। और पैरा थी हमारे साथ, उनको भी डेकोरेशन मिली और हमारी कैजुअलिटीज भी हुई हैं, लेकिन वो कैसे स्किप कर दिया, क्यों स्किप कर दिया, द नेशन डजंट नो।
Viewers, hundreds of people, Indians, mourners came out to pay tribute to Sepoy Pawan Kumar, who sacrificed his life while avenging the killings of Kashmiri Pandits in Avantipura. Take a look at this report.
55-year-old Pawan Kumar sacrificed his life for the country. He was killed in an encounter in Padgampura area of South Kashmir's Pulwama. He avenged the killing of Kashmiri Pandit Sanjay Sharma. A candlelight march was held in Padgampura village of Pulwama district. The march was in memory of martyred army soldier Sepoy Pawan Kumar.
The locals had arranged a candlelight march and they were praising the bravery of martyr army soldier Pawan Kumar. Pawan Kumar Zindabad, Hindustan Zindabad. These were the slogans that were raised by the locals in the South Kashmir, and also they have discarded the terrorism. First time we have seen on ground that the locals are shaming the terror organizations.
Dozens of residents participated in the candlelight march carried out through the streets. Hindustan Zindabad and Pawan Kumar Amar Rahi slogans were chanted. Sepoy Pawan Kumar was cremated with full military honours at his native village in Himachal Pradesh. India stands in solidarity with the bereaved family and salutes the valour of our armed forces. Bureau Report, Republic TV.
Viewers, top star Anushka Sharma and her husband and cricketer Virat Kohli visited Ujjain's famous and sacred Mahakaleshwar temple, where they were spotted sitting along with other devotees. Take a look at this report.
Ahead of India's fourth test match with Australia, Virat Kohli and Anushka Sharma paid a visit to the iconic Mahakaleshwar temple in Ujjain of Madhya Pradesh.
हम दर्शन के लिए आए थे और बहुत अच्छे दर्शन हुए. Thank you so much.
The video that has gone viral on social media showed the celebrity couple sitting inside the temple along with other pilgrims. The couple visited the temple on Saturday morning, a day after the third test encounter between India and Australia in Indore came to an end.
Jai Mahakal. Thank you very much.
This isn't the first such visit, as earlier this year, the duo also visited Rishikesh and Vrindavan with their daughter Vamika. Bureau Report, Republic TV.
And a lot of news coming up. The Vadra Congress has hurled an elitist abuse at the Prime Minister. It says Rahul Gandhi's standard is Oxford, while the Prime Minister's standard is radio. And for the fourth consecutive day, no mercy for the mafia in Uttar Pradesh. Bulldozer action against a Don's property. More details on that coming up after a short break. Stay with us.
अभी राजस्थान में मसला हुआ था भिवानी वाले में, उसमें वो जो मोनू मानेसर, उसके साथी श्रीकांत पंडित है, उनकी धर्मपत्नी की पिटाई हुई, क्या क्या हुआ, बहुत सारी चीजें हुई। मामले में हरियाणा पुलिस की एफआईआर के अलावा मतलब ये वो सारी चीजें हैं।
देखिए, एक इंडिविजुअल घटना को लेकर के परसेप्शन नहीं,
पर ये इतनी बड़ी बन जाती है
सिचुएशन, बड़ी है। मैं उसको इसकी घटना की निंदा करता हूँ मैं, लेकिन उसको ये कहें कि कोई लॉ एंड ऑर्डर खराब हो गया है, ऐसी स्थिति नहीं है।
पर ऐसा परसेप्शन बना दिया जाता है।
मैं कहता हूँ गलत बनाते हैं ना। आखिर तो हमने किसी दोषी को छोड़ा नहीं है।
फोर्थ जनरेशन आपने बोला जी, फोर्थ जनरेशन वो जो सन्स, वही तो मैं कह रहा था कि ग्रैंडफादर, आपके फादर, आप जो मैं मिस कर गया 20 दिन, वो विजयंत ने पूरा कर दिया कारगिल की लड़ाई। सर, कैप्टन विजयंत की क्या कहानी है, हमारे दर्शक ये जानना चाहेंगे। व्हाट इज हिज स्टोरी? लाइक ही वाज विद 2 राजरव सर, ही वाज विद 2 राजरव, 2 राजपूताना राइफल्स में थे। उनकी कहानी मैंने इस किताब में लिख दी है, विजयंत एट कारगिल।
मैं आपका पर्सनल व्यू जानना चाहता हूं। रेप के चार्ज में एक्यूज अंदर जेल, सीबीआई, बाबा राम रही, मनोहर लाल खट्टर का पर्सनल व्यू क्या, क्लैरिटी आनी चाहिए खट्टर साहब।
मैं बिल्कुल क्लियर हूं, जब तक मैं मुख्यमंत्री हूं तब तक मेरा कोई पर्सनल व्यू नहीं है।
करप्शन पे तो आप क्लियर थे।
करप्शन पर भी मुख्यमंत्री का ही जो विचार है वो ये है मेरा। जिस दिन मुझे अगर चेंज करने का कोई अवसर आएगा तो मुख्यमंत्री नहीं होगा तो चेंज करने की बात आएगी, करूंगा। नहीं करने की बात हो सकता है वो भी वही हो।
माशरुकुद्दीन के घर पर अब बड़ी कार्रवाई हो रही है। हिस्ट्री शूटर बताया जा रहा है, फिनेंसर बताया जा रहा है, इस गांव का प्रधान भी है, और कहा जा रहा है कि जो मकान मेरे पीछे आप देख रहे हैं, इसे नियमों को ताक पर रख कर बनाया गया, अब इसे गिराया जाएगा। उमेश पाल हत्याकांड में शरीक जो शूटर्स थे, उनको हथियार मुहैया कराना, उनको फंडिंग करने में ये शख्स शामिल था। देखिए, आलीशान 2 मंजिला ये मकान था जो माफिया ने बनाया था, जो गलत काम करके बनाया गया था, जिसकी फंडिंग गलत तरीके से हुई थी। अब उस मकान को विकास प्राधिकरण, प्रयागराज विकास प्राधिकरण गिरा रहा है।
अभी राजस्थान में मसला हुआ था भिवानी वाले में, उसमें वो जो मोनू मानेसर, उसके साथी श्रीकांत पंडित है, उनकी धर्मपत्नी की पिटाई हुई, क्या क्या हुआ, बहुत सारी चीजें हुई। मामले में हरियाणा पुलिस की एफआईआर के अलावा मतलब ये वो सारी चीजें हैं।
देखिए, एक इंडिविजुअल घटना को लेकर के परसेप्शन नहीं,
पर ये इतनी बड़ी बन जाती है सिचुएशन,
बड़ी है। मैं उसको इसकी घटना की निंदा करता हूं मैं, लेकिन उसको ये कहें कि कोई लॉ एंड ऑर्डर खराब हो गया है, ऐसी स्थिति नहीं है।
पर ऐसा परसेप्शन बना दिया जाता है।
मैं कहता हूँ गलत बनाते हैं ना। आखिर तो हमने किसी दोषी को छोड़ा नहीं है।
4th जनरेशन आपने बोला जी, 4th जनरेशन was your sons. वही तो मैं कह रहा था कि ग्रैंडफादर, आपके फादर, आप जो मैं मिस कर गया 20 दिन, वो विजयंत ने पूरा कर दिया कारगिल की लड़ाई। सर, कैप्टन विजयंत की क्या कहानी है, हमारे दर्शक ये जानना चाहेंगे। व्हाट इज हिज स्टोरी? लाइक ही वाज विद 2 राजपूत सर? ही वाज विद 2 राजपूत, 2 राजपूताना राइफल्स में थे। उनकी कहानी मैंने इस किताब में लिख दी है, विजयंत एट कारगिल।
मैं आपका पर्सनल व्यू जानना चाहता हूं। रेप के चार्ज में एक्यूज अंदर जेल, सीबीआई, बाबा राम रहीम, मनोहर लाल खट्टर का पर्सनल व्यू क्या, क्लैरिटी आनी चाहिए खट्टर साहब।
मैं बिल्कुल क्लियर हूं, जब तक मैं मुख्यमंत्री हूं तब तक मेरा कोई पर्सनल व्यू नहीं है।
करप्शन पे तो आप क्लियर थे?
करप्शन पर भी मुख्यमंत्री का ही जो विचार है वो ये है मेरा। जिस दिन मुझे अगर चेंज करने का कोई अवसर आएगा तो मुख्यमंत्री नहीं होगा तो चेंज करने की बात आएगी, करूंगा। नहीं करने की बात हो सकता है वो भी वही हो।
माशरुकुद्दीन के घर पर अब बड़ी कार्रवाई हो रही है। हिस्ट्री शूटर बताया जा रहा है, फिनेंसर बताया जा रहा है, इस गांव का प्रधान भी है और कहा जा रहा है कि ये जो मकान मेरे पीछे आप देख रहे हैं, इसे नियमों को ताक पर रख कर बनाया गया। अब इसे गिराया जाएगा। उमेश पाल हत्याकांड में शरीक जो शूटर्स थे, उनको हथियार मुहैया कराना, उनको फंडिंग करने में ये शख्स शामिल था। देखिए, आलीशान 2 मंजिला ये मकान था जो माफिया ने बनाया था, जो गलत काम करके बनाया गया था, जिसकी फंडिंग गलत तरीके से हुई थी। अब उस मकान को विकास प्राधिकरण, प्रयागराज विकास प्राधिकरण गिरा रहा है।
That India has changed when a gangster called Atiq Ahmed runs for cover. There is one particular phrase that Yogi Adityanath used today that has gone totally viral. Bhaglo ya bhaglo. Bhaglo, B-H-A-G, bhaglo meaning participate in the process of development. Or bhaglo, which means run away. This is a no-nonsense approach. The law-abiding citizens of this country, fed up of the mafia, the corruption, the terrorism, the threat, and the pseudo-secular Soros approach, they have come to love the Yogi approach. Why do people who say that India must dismantle Hindutva, why do these people have a problem when you say dismantle the mafia Yogi style? They say he dismantle Hindutva, I say dismantle the mafia. They say dismantle Hindutva, I say dismantle their...
सर, पहली लड़ाई कौन सी देखी आपने?
मैं 1962 में कमीशन हो गया।
यू कमीशन आफ्टर द वॉर सर?
यस, लेकिन 65 में था। मेरा 65 का रोल तो बहुत जबरदस्त था। चीन के साथ मुठभेड़ हुआ था। एज ए मिलिट्री हिस्टोरियन समहाउ जो हमारा एक्शन है 1965 का, नाथुला, जेलपला, सेबुला, वो हिस्ट्री में अपीयर ही नहीं। और पैरा थी हमारे साथ, उनको भी डेकोरेशन मिली और हमारी कैजुअलिटीज भी हुई हैं, लेकिन वो कैसे स्किप कर दिया, क्यों स्किप कर दिया, द नेशन डजंट नो।
Well, good evening, friends. In this edition of The Biggest Story Tonight, we bring to you some of the more important stories through the day that are of consequence to you in your world. But let's begin with the headlines first. No relief to Manish Sisodia. Delhi court extends Sisodia's CBI custody for 2 days. Massive AAP protests in the capital over CBI action against Manish Sisodia. As bribe gate hits Karnataka, BJP MLA goes absconding after 8 crore cash recovery. Vadra Congress hurls elitist insult on Prime Minister, says Rahul has standard to be speaking at the Oxford while the Prime Minister has radio standards. For the 4th consecutive day, bulldozer action continues in Uttar Pradesh. Mafia dons property raised in Mao. Men who helped to create the Russian COVID-19 vaccine Sputnik 5 found dead. Welcome again. Let's begin with an important development that has taken place up north across our borders, and that's there's been a massive recovery of cash and narcotics in Poonch sector in Jammu. Indian army troops have recovered Indian and foreign currency worth over rupees 2 crores and 7 kg of narcotics from a house of a man identified as Mohammad Rafiq. One suitcase and 3 bags filled with cash have been recovered. All this just about few kilometers from the line of control in that sector. I would be joined in a bit by Gursimran Singh, our Jammu correspondent, but I'm told Major Gaurav Arya, in fact, our in-house strategic affairs expert, is joining us over the phone. Major, what would you say? What would you, how do you see this development where Pakistan, in fact, Major is joining us live. Very good evening, Major. How do you see this development, Major? Pakistan does not have money to buy atta. It is really struggling. Its economy is in tatters. And for its nefarious designs of breaking India through 1,000 cuts, they have the money to push in through our borders, cash, more than 2 crore rupees of cash and drugs, just so that they can continue their war with India by other means?
No, absolutely, Abhishek. Thank you for inviting me. You see, this is something which is not new. This has been happening for a long time. We have known about the Golden Triangle. This is part of the Golden Crescent. And this is how drugs are smuggled. This is how narco-terrorism is done. And if you look at the map of Jammu and Kashmir and look at the line of control, you'll see that POK is largely Jammu. I'm not saying it's all Jammu, it's largely Jammu. The maximum part of POK is actually Jammu, and that is the ingress route for mostly for terrorism and terrorists and also drugs and such things. And this is how Pakistan funds it. So a lot of people say, like you very rightly asked, Pakistan does not have the money to feed its people. Where does it get the money to actually, fund terrorism in India? The images are right there in front of you. And this is what I've been saying for a long time. This is narco-terrorism. Pakistani army is involved in smuggling of drugs. They are part of the cartels that grow, poppy in Afghanistan. They have labs. And then in army trucks from the Peshawar Corps, the army trucks from Torkham and other kids, they are formally taken in army trucks from Afghanistan. They come into Pakistan, They are loaded on Pakistani army trucks, and then they're taken. So this is how it's done, Abhishek.
Major, I would also want to understand from you, who could be behind this. But I have to first go to Gursimran Singh to get a sense of the ground, what's happening there, how are investigations picking up pace, which agencies are involved. Major, stay back with us. I'm going to Gursimran for a bit. Gursimran, joining us live from Jammu. Gursimran, when did this discovery happen, and which agencies are involved in investigation now? And tell us something about who all have been arrested by the police there and the agencies involved there in this case.
Is a massive Abhishek counter-insurgency operation that has been launched in the Poonch and Rajouri district soon after the Dangri attack. And as part of that, Rafi Lala was one of the drug peddler who was detained by the Jammu and Kashmir police, and he was booked under the Public Safety Act because his links with the terror handlers across the border were established during the calls details of Rafi Lala that was picked up by the Jammu and Kashmir police. And during investigation, it came into being that he is hiding a huge cache of arms and ammunition as well as cash in his house that falls in the upper reaches of the Mandi, which is very near to the line of control. After which, yesterday afternoon at around 11:30, we are told that the team of Jammu and Kashmir police along with the Indian Army, they reached the spot. Sister intelligence agencies were also part of this team that reached the spot, and recovery was made that include more than 2 crore rupees cash, 7 kilogram of heroin, the international market worth of which is more than 35 crore rupees. Pistol magazine is also recovered. And now what the agencies are saying that during investigation it is emerging that Rafi Lala was involved in the infiltration of terrorists into the Union Territory of Jammu and Kashmir. And this is usually the pattern that those foreign terrorists who infiltrate into the Indian territory, they give these kind of small pistols to their guides on the Indian side as a mark of gift to them. And this money was possibly sent to activate the cadre of the terror groups and also to revive the terrorism in the Pir Panchal as well as the Chenab Valley. This is what the agencies are saying. And now total so far in this case, 2 associates of Rafi Lala have also been arrested. So total 3 arrests have been made by the Jammu and Kashmir police and the sister agencies. And this was a specific input that was generated by the sister intelligence agency based on which this operation was launched. Today we are getting to know that some more people have been detained by the Jammu and Kashmir police with respect to this module only, that was not only providing the logistic to the terrorists but also helping them in getting the cash distributed to the local cadres to activate the overground workers, because the crackdown that has been on the OGWs of various terror groups in Jammu and Kashmir has led the Pakistani terror groups feel that they have no ground zero support, and twin modules that have been busted, the narco modules, they were also being operated by Rafi Lala. This is what the agencies have come to know so far. Yes, Abhishek.
Okay, Gursimran, a couple of things come out from what you just said. A, 3 arrests have been made. B, that it's Pakistan clearly pushing its narco-terror designs with this money and the drugs. And you seem to be suggesting, Gursimran, Major, hold on, I'll come back to you. We just want to understand exactly what's happening there on the ground. You also seem to be suggesting, Gursimran, that there are some sleeper cells which the Pakistanis might have wanted to activate with the pushing in of this money. And you are also suggesting that this is directly connected with gun running as well. Has there been some seizure of cache of arms also in this counter-insurgency operation that has led to this find?
See, a pistol and a magazine along with some rounds of the SLR have been recovered. But what we are getting to know from the agencies that they say that usually if a group of terrorists cross over to the Indian territory from Pakistan, they usually give a pistol to the guide as a gift of token, as a mark of respect to them, as a mark of thankfulness to them. So this pistol could be one of them, and the agencies suspect that he was the one who has facilitated various groups of Pakistani terror groups infiltrating into the Indian territory. And that's why this is really very concerning. His call details are being thoroughly worked upon. His WhatsApp chats are also being worked upon along with other social media accounts of Rafi Lala, because Rafi Lala is a notorious character that has been working in this area very close to line of control. And in this section of LOC, when it comes to the Mandi area of Poonch, there have been twin modules of narco terror that have already been busted. So his links to those modules are also being worked upon by the police. But one major thing that the agencies are concerned about, that whether a freshly infiltrated group has crossed over to the Indian side, or Rafi Lala was the one who helped the group that carried out the killing of the civilians in the Dhangri village, was the one that was helped by Rafi Lala only. Yes, Abhishek.
Yeah, hold on, Gursimran. You know, we'll kind of break all this information that you are giving into pieces and then analyze it. Major, coming back to you. You know, I was surprised that this happens really. Gursimran is saying that a gun is given to these smugglers as a mark of respect or thanksgiving to them for doing this activity. They are activating sleeper cells. They are involved in gun running, drug running, pushing in fake currency, Indian currency. Who in Pakistan you think is doing this when they just can't handle their own economy, their own strife? They are really in the pits. And yet there are some people in Pakistan ostensibly who have the time and the money to be doing this. Who could be behind this, Major?
I'll just correct you a little bit. It's not some people, it's most of the people. There is this entire population that has been radicalized. You hear the common Pakistani talk on the street and it'll terrify you, the kind of hatred young children have been indoctrinated with. Having said that, Abhishek, this is the same template that they've used in Punjab. Now, Punjab is facing a very serious drug problem that we have seen. And where did the drugs come from in Punjab? Where did that culture of guns come? I mean, in terms of using sophisticated weapons in Punjab, it came from Pakistan. So both these areas have followed a similar template. If you look at Kashmir, if you look at Punjab, the gun culture, drugs, violence, all this happened. Now, the people of Punjab are very peaceful. I'm talking about Indian Punjab. I don't take any guarantees about Pakistani Punjab, but Indian Punjab has, largely agricultural people, largely good people, largely nice people, people who have been led astray by the Pakistanis and large infusion of cocaine and heroin and such drugs from across. You see, it comes from Jammu. There'll be reports from BSF who will say that across Punjab drones are flying. So if you see, there is a commonality between Punjab and Kashmir here. I'm not saying they're the same. I'm saying there are commonalities. And of course, this is the handiwork of the inter-services intelligence of the Pakistan Army and the Pakistani Armed Forces rather. And they're the people who are doing it because this is what they aim to do. Yes, absolutely. It is the ISI. Nobody in Pakistan has the bandwidth.
Now you have said it, Major.
Absolutely. Abhishek is the ISI.
Now you have said it, Major. This is organized crime by the organized state or an element of the organized state called Deep State of Pakistan, obviously. Then, Major, we have to understand, if that be the case, and we know, what has happened in Punjab, it's really unfortunate that situation reached that level in terms of drug menace spreading in the society of Punjab, Major. What other countermeasures we can put in place apart from these counterintelligence operations that really lead to these kind of discoveries? These are sort of post facto when the drugs, the money, the guns, they have come in and they are being found because the Indian Army is at the vanguard and carrying out those sweep operations. Is there something more we can do? Some more countermeasures we can take to make sure that this menace is, if not outrightly obliterated, contained a little more?
No, absolutely, Abhishek. I think you hit the nail on the head. What we need to do is, get the international community together and put Pakistan back on the FATF grey list. That is where Pakistan belongs. Pakistan was on the grey list. They were behaving themselves. As soon as they were taken off the grey list, we see Syed Salahuddin roaming around. We see Hafiz Saeed roaming around and, giving these talks, incendiary talks, saying that, we'll destroy India, we'll fight jihad against India and all that. So this is Pakistan's true nature. As long as you have Pakistan under the boot, as long as you have Pakistan, by the scruff of their neck, they tend to behave. And as soon as you give them breathing space, this is where the true colors are shown by Pakistanis, the Pakistani government, the Pakistani establishment, and the deep state. So, Abhishek, I think this is something that we need to look into. And India must make sure that Pakistan pays through its nose. Last time Pakistan was in the FATF grey list, they lost over $35 billion in opportunity cost. That is what it cost them. They need to go back on the grey list, Abhishek.
Absolutely. You have to get them by the scruff of their neck, and that's when Pakistan really behaves. For one last question, I'm going to Gursimran, Major, and I'll come back to you. Gursimran, you said this ring of Rafi Nala is connected with some killing of civilians also. Have some connections been established? Do we have some facts to tell viewers about the absolute nefarious designs of the Pakistani deep state in terms of connecting drug running with gun running, with narco running and terror financing and pushing in terrorists and causing civil strife in Punjab, in Jammu and Kashmir by targeting those civilians?
See, Abhishek, what has come so far in the investigation that Rafi Lala was not restricted up to the narcotics only. He was into the trade of terror, that is facilitating the infiltration of the terrorists. This is what the investigating agencies are suggesting. And now it is very clear that a group of terrorists has come from across the border, which has carried out the innocent killing of civilians in the Dangri village of the Rajouri on 1st and 2nd of January, in which 7 civilians lost their life. So that connection is not being ruled out because the way smuggling was taking place in the Mandi area of the line of control, the Mandi sector, which falls in the upper reaches of the Poonch district. Now the hand that this is to rule out that Rafi Lala was not involved in the infiltration of those terrorists. The agencies are saying that it will be too early to say that, and they are probing each and every angle because it is highly possible that those terrorists who have carried out the killing could be part of the group that was helped by Rafi Lala to infiltrate into the Indian territory, because the way they have recovered a pistol from them, it is a kind of a gift that was given by the terrorists to Rafi Lala. This is what has emerged in the investigation that has been done so far. Multi-agency investigation of Rafi Lala is on, Abhishek.
Okay, multi-agency investigation is on. Thank you so much, Gursimran, for joining us and giving those details. Major, last question to you. As a Fauji, it's a difficult terrain. If you can share with our viewers how difficult it is really for our agencies, for our forces to be operating in that area and to make sure that we are safe with all those counterinsurgency and counterintelligence operations?
You see, Poonch largely does not have the kind of sharp mountain peaks that Kashmir has, even Rajouri. These are hilly areas, but the foliage is very thick. So in parts of Rajouri and Poonch, Mender, Balnoi, Krishna Ghati, Bimbar Gali, all these places, you could be standing 20 meters away and not know that, there is a platoon sitting 20 meters away from you. That is the kind of thick foliage. So it's very difficult if somebody goes inside the jungle, then it's very difficult to catch. So that there is a lot of places to hide, a lot of hides that can be made inside the forest or the jungle. And it's difficult terrain because there's a lot of jungle bashing to be done. It's very, very thick foliage. There are places where you can't walk a few meters without tripping. And there are vines and there are, trees and their roots, and it's very dense. There are places there where the sunlight does not touch the ground. It's that thick. So it's not an easy place to operate in, but yes, the Indian Army is there. Yes.
Thank you so much, Major Gaurav Arya there, our in-house strategic affairs expert, giving us a perspective on how difficult terrain it is, but yet our forces spilling their sweat and blood, both to make sure that we as a nation and society are safe. On that note, we move on.